Welcome to another episode of our series, Engineering the Future of Finance. Every day there are trillions of dollars and euros moving through the global capital market system. Have you ever wondered what's behind that? We as Deutsche Börse Group provide critical infrastructure that makes all of this happen. We are the engineers of the capital market. So today I'm with Heike Eckert, my board colleague responsible for people, risk and compliance. So welcome, Heike. It's great to have you here. And my opening, as always, is what makes you a capital market engineer?
Thanks, Stephan, and happy to be here. What makes me a capital market engineer is, first of all, curiosity that drives me, challenging the status quo and trying always to push change, diligence, necessary attention to detail an engineer usually has, and also accepting setbacks if things don't go right. Mm-hmm. And last but not least, resilience, to be able also to perform under stress. Having been in the company for such a long time, 30 years now, I worked 25 years as a capital market engineer designing our trading and clearing systems together with my IT colleagues. But today, with risk and compliance, I provide the environment that our colleagues can operate safely. And on the people side, of course, to have the capital markets engineers strive.
Which we are particularly proud about. So it's truly a school of engineers, capital market engineers, that we grow at Deutsche Börse Group across all the different businesses. So I would be very interested to understand a bit how you approach and think around, the capabilities that are required and how we build and train those engineers of the capital markets for the future.
Yeah, I think it's quite important, from that we have a first of all, learning culture within the organization. Lifelong learning is really most important for everybody to stay relevant in the industry today and in future. Having clear path for progression in your career, using our multiple businesses and geographies for people to move around, ideally internally and not externally. On individual level, I think people do have the responsibility to own their career and think about where they want to be and also state where they want to be. And at the same time, I think managers are responsible, for the career advancement of their people. I think in a broader context of capital markets, I think Germany and Europe can do quite a bit to improve financial literacy. I think we don't have it instilled in our school systems or even in the universities. And I think in order to build the capital markets for the future, that starts quite early. And you see, people rate that they're quite profound, but look at the investment behavior of people around. I think there's a lot to do in Germany and in Europe, to build that talent pool for the future.
And it's certainly a very exciting part of our broader responsibility as Deutsche Börse Group to not just focus on our own colleagues and staff, but the role that you and many of our colleagues also play in the financial education, the financial literacy journey that Europe and Germany are going through. Mm-hmm. Just draw you out a bit more for 1 minute on the specific skills that you think today are the ones that are most important, that we are quite focused on building and adding to what our engineers already have. What are the 2 or 3 areas you would highlight there?
I would highlight, especially in times of uncertainty, I think resilience is so important in our leadership to provide certainty to the people and to provide direction with everything that's going on around us. Certainly with the technology interruption, everybody talks about the AI transformation, and I think our leaders really have to instill that change mindset into the people. They have to drive the change and provide the environment that people can try things out, but also fail if you want. I think failure is a big portion of trying things out, and you have to create that safe environment that people really use their analytical skills, which we all have as engineers, and kind of put them into progressive adaptation of the tools around. Maybe not typical skills, but I think that's more a mindset shift, because change is there, it's not going to go away, so you'd rather be part of it.
So on the one hand side, you are very focused on developing our staff, our people to win and we'll come back to that in a minute. On the other side, there's the risk and compliance part of your portfolio. A big part is that safety and the trust that comes from the compliance, that comes from the risk management quality. If you look at that side, what are some of the comments and observations? What is required? What makes us special there? If we look at our risk and compliance systems.
For all capital markets, I mean, risk and compliance is a license to do business in general. So there are core pillars, first of all, to ensure operational integrity, having the appropriate controls in place, having incident prevention, having workflow integrity and all of that. So really provide operational integrity. Second of all, I think risk and compliance are there to create a culture of responsibility. Everybody here in the company should be a risk manager and a compliance manager in making, I mean, first of all, people aware, but also reacting to whatever happens. I mean, look at the environment with security risk, look at cyber, look at physical, look at data leakage. I think people need to be aware of the risks that are around them and react and speak up. And I think a third pillar of risk and compliance is to provide an environment to innovate with safe boundaries. So whatever products we develop, I think we need risk checkpoints in order to be able also to fail fast but safe. Being an international company, you know, with 60 locations and lots of nationalities and many different businesses, I think we have to set the frameworks for the company, but allow for local and business-specific adoptions of the rules according to the risk profile of the business.
I think it's a very dynamic environment as you describe, and in particular cyber. I think the geopolitical implications for our compliance and risk requirements, all of that is a very, very dynamic and exciting time to be a financial market infrastructure operator. Now we are not only operating in Germany, Europe, but we are truly global company and group, and we operate infrastructure across the group. So certainly one theme that links back to engineering the future of capital markets comes back to how we think of our global workforce, how we are recruiting, how we are providing opportunities. How do you look at our global footprint and how that is developing?
As you said, I mean, we're already super international, but...
you said 60 locations?
We're 60 locations, multitude of different businesses, 120 nations all around the world. I think we have many opportunities for our people to develop and see different things, which they can ideally do internally through internal mobility without moving out. I really think we have to make sure, you know, these opportunities are seen and that we develop the people accordingly. And that's also change mindset, you know, not continue in your silo, not continue where you've always been and where you feel comfortable. Step out of your comfort zone, develop out, and that will provide cross business and cross locational business opportunities then, because if people have seen different parts of the business, they can connect the dots end to end. And ideally, you know, come up with their engineering capability to come up with new business opportunities for us to progress.
Very exciting, and indeed the change of our global footprint, or 16,000 staff, which is doubling in the last 7 or 8 years. Fantastic job also by our HR and people organizations to accommodate and work with the colleagues to develop around that. It's given us many new locations, so there are opportunities for join us in many locations across Deutsche Börse Group. That's very exciting. We always close a bit on some personal questions. Okay. Which of the two sides is the preferred from Heike's perspective? Let me start a bit on the animal side. So is it cats or dogs?
Very easy, dogs.
Dogs?
I have a great funny dog, and I find cats super hard to read, and that makes me feel uncomfortable around them. So okay. My dog, he's always happy.
So two dog people here already. That's an easy alignment we had at the beginning. In terms of travel, it's more the beach or it's more the adventure travel?
Clearly adventure travel. You know,
what's your favorite adventure travel?
I mean, I took my 2 kids to Africa, to South America, Middle America, Asia with a backpack, and really traveling around the countries. I'm just curious, you know, that's the curiosity. But I mean, beach, I can do for 1.5 days and that's it, right?
Okay. Well, you're not alone in that. When I interviewed some of the colleagues, you know, the adventure part was more at the heart. So it may be a culture piece of the capital market engineers, that they are more adventurous than beach people. And as a last one, let me pick in terms of the cultural interests, pop or rock, or is it classical versus modern?
It's more classic. I would say it's more classical if a choice, and then I just listen along the radio, whatever my kids make me listen.
That's an easygoing attitude, so very much appreciate that. Thank you very much, Heike, for joining. It's been an exciting discussion, and certainly our people, our talent, nothing more than when we talk about our capital markets engineers. If we want to shape the markets, the strength of our talent bench is what really sets Deutsche Börse apart.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much to you and all the teams for driving and supporting that. Great to speak to you.
Thank you.